Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Spire. 8. Captain America the Winter Soldier. With an arm missing and injected with a super soldier formula, Bucky became the titular villain of this Captain America sequel. It makes Bucky Barnes' life into a tragic story that shows how Hydra stripped Bucky of his humanity and turned him into a soulless assassin under their control. This is the most pivotal character in understanding Bucky's place in the Thunderbolts and why he's probably the perfect choice to lead them. Captain America the Winter Soldier is also important because of how far Steve Rogers was willing to go in order to save his friend, with a prelude for the rest of Bucky's journey as Winter Soldier. 7. Captain America Civil War. Bucky is essentially the reason why Captain America and Iron Man are turned into enemies in Captain America Civil War. Steve Rogers is trying to protect his friend and prove that he is still inside the living weapon for hire. This third film in the Steve Rogers trilogy highlights Bucky's redemption and shows him become the hero he was before Hydra turned him into their assassin. It comes at the cost of the Avengers falling apart, which Bucky did not want, and the guilt for that comes later. 6. Black Widow. 4 members of the Thunderbolts are introduced in the first entry of Phase 4 movies. First, there is Yelena Belova, who is the sister of Natasha Romanoff. Black Widow also introduces Yelena and Natasha's father in the form of the Red Guardian. His super soldier strength was the icing on the cake because David Harbour stole the show in Black Widow as this washed-up middle-aged man who can barely say anything right. He was funny, but he had a good heart, which is why many are looking forward to his return to Thunderbolts. Next, Olga Kurylenko, as the MCU version of Taskmaster, was one of the main villains of Black Widow, and she's confirmed to be a Thunderbolt as well. Finally, there is the introduction of Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, who seems to be recruiting the Thunderbolts. 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp. One of the more surprising characters joining the Thunderbolts team is Ghost, who was last seen and introduced in Ant-Man and the Wasp as the main villain. Even though she turned out to be one of the MCU's more lackluster villains, she could be redeemed as a Thunderbolt. Not only is she played by the talented Hannah John Kamen, but she also has a well-made costume with dynamic powers. She simply needed more development and a better script, which Thunderbolts could provide. Similar to how Clint Barton's Hawkeye saw improvement with each subsequent appearance, Ghost's powers alone could allow her to have some of the best action as a Thunderbolt. 4. Avengers Infinity War. This is part 1 of what is easily the most important event in the MCU timeline, when 10 years of build-up culminated in the War of the Infinity Stones against Thanos. It changed the MCU forever, especially with its rather dark and surprising ending featuring Dublip. Fans got to see characters such as Bucky become Avengers for the first time and defend Earth from Thanos' forces. Avengers Infinity War would lead to the second part of the event that would change the course of the MCU forever and pave the way for the Thunderbolts. Number 3. Avengers Endgame. This was the epic finale of the Infinity Saga, which cut to 5 years later and showcased how the blip affected the world. Iconic characters would sadly lose their lives or retire, including Natasha Romanoff, Steve Rogers, and Tony Stark himself. All the events in Avengers Endgame would set up more to come in Phase 4. How Hawkeye would beat the rest back into superhero life in his own spin-off series. How the world reacts to the lack of Captain America, and how the blip both ruined and helped people. Number 2. Hawkeye. For the most part, Hawkeye focuses on Clint Barton and his partnership with the new Hawkeye, aka Kate Bishop. However, the Hawkeye series also acts as a sequel to both Black Widow and Avengers Endgame, with the appearance of Yelena Belova. Yelena's role focuses heavily on the aftermath of Endgame and how she and Barton are both grieving the loss of Natasha. It also establishes the adorable relationship between Yelena and Kate, which could continue in both Thunderbolts and future Avengers movies. 1. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Bucky became a co-star in the Disney Plus series, focusing on him working with Sam Wilson, who evolves from Falcon to the new Captain America. Bucky is determined to make his friend Steve Rogers proud, and audiences see him deal with not only the trauma of being a Winter Soldier, but also how Earth's heroes nearly killed each other over him. On top of that, Falcon and the Winter Soldier introduced Wyatt Russell as John Walker, aka US Agent. He's essentially what would have happened if Steve Rogers was never picked for the Super Soldier program. John Walker fell into becoming a murderous and villainous Captain America variant with a hint of good in him, which will make him one of the more volatile Thunderbolts members. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.